In June of 2023, Manchester City pulled off the seemingly impossible when they defeated Inter Milan in the Champions League final to win their first European crown, something many believe they were cursed to do. This is the crown jewel of Pep Guardiola's tenure on the blue side of Manchester. He won his second European treble and the second treble to be won by an English club after Manchester United back in 1999. Manchester City's rise to football dominance is a tale of transformation, largely driven by manager Josep Guardiola. Founded in 1880 as St. Mark's FC, the club evolved through various names, including Ardwick Association FC, before becoming Manchester City and adopting their iconic sky blue colours. For most of their history, City was a mediocre team, with sporadic success, including some cup wins in the 60s and 70s. They were relegated to the third tier of English football in the early 90s, a fate few recover from. However, they returned to the top flight in 2002, lingering in mid-table mediocrity until their fortunes changed with the arrival of wealthy owners from the Middle East. This shift marked the beginning of their modern rise. In 2008, Manchester City was transformed by the Abu Dhabi United Group, led by Sheikh Mansour, marking the start of a new era. Early signings, like Robinho, reflected initial growing pains, but with key acquisitions such as David Silva, Yaya Touré, and Samir Nasri, City claimed their first trophy of the century, the FA Cup, in 2011. The following year, Sergio Aguero's arrival became pivotal, leading to their dramatic 2012 Premier League win, snatched from Manchester United on goal difference. Under Roberto Mancini and later Manuel Pellegrini, City secured more silverware, including another Premier League title in 2014. Despite domestic success, the elusive Champions League remained out of reach. In 2016, City turned to Pep Guardiola, the architect of Barcelona's golden era, to elevate the club to new heights, initiating a modern rivalry with Liverpool that defined the late 2010s. Pep Guardiola's coaching journey began with a rocky start at Barcelona, but he quickly turned it around, achieving a historic treble in his second season, La Liga, Copa del Rey, and the Champions League. His philosophy, inspired by Johan Cruyff, combined tactical innovation with youth development, spotlighting players like Sergio Busquets, Andrés Iniesta, Gerard Pique, Dani Alves, and Lionel Messi. After securing a second Champions League title in 2011, Pep left Barcelona in 2012. He later joined Bayern Munich, where he laid the groundwork for their Bundesliga dominance, winning 3 league titles and nurturing talents like Joshua Kimmich. Despite not securing another Champions League title, his impact was profound, exemplified by moments like Robert Lewandowski's iconic 9-minute, 5-goal haul. Many believe his continued influence could have led Bayern to European glory. Pep Guardiola's arrival at Manchester City in 2016 marked the start of a transformative era, but his first season was challenging. Rebuilding the squad to fit his philosophy, he moved on from players like Joe Hart and brought in signings such as John Stones, Leroy Sane, and Ilkay Gundogan, talented but not yet marquee names. Despite a strong core with Sergio Aguero, Raheem Sterling, and Kevin De Bruyne, City finished third in the Premier League and exited the Champions League in the round of 16, ending the season trophyless. Critics questioned Guardiola's ability to adapt to English football, but the setback only motivated him. The following season, he returned with renewed focus, laying the groundwork for Manchester City's future dominance. Manchester City's 2017-18 season under Pep Guardiola was groundbreaking, as they won the Premier League with a record-breaking 100 points, widely considered one of the greatest campaigns in league history. After a challenging debut season, Pep overhauled the squad, bringing in key players like Aymeric Laporte, Kyle Walker, Bernardo Silva, Gabriel Jesus, and Ederson, creating an unstoppable force. City finished 19 points ahead of Manchester United and claimed the EFL Cup with a dominant 3-0 win over Arsenal, giving Pep his first trophy at the club. This season marked the beginning of City's Premier League dominance. While their Champions League journey ended in the quarterfinals with a loss to Liverpool, it set the stage for an intense rivalry with Liverpool that would define the league in the coming years. In the 2018-19 season, Manchester City retained the Premier League title in a thrilling battle, edging Liverpool by just 1 point despite their only signing, Riyad Mahrez, nearly costing them with a crucial missed penalty. Though Liverpool boasted standout individual performances, City's collective effort prevailed, achieving a historic domestic treble by also winning the FA Cup and League Cup. However, their Champions League struggles continued, exiting in the quarterfinals for the third consecutive season after a dramatic defeat to Spurs. The following season, 2019-20, was a low point for City. They only secured the EFL Cup, making it 3 consecutive wins in that competition, but lost the FA Cup semi-final to Mikel Arteta's Arsenal and were eliminated in the Champions League quarterfinals by underdog Lyon, marking their 4th straight exit at that stage. This season signaled the end of City's first dominant run under Pep Guardiola. In the 2019-20 season, Liverpool achieved their long-awaited crowning moment, winning the Premier League with 99 points in a record-breaking campaign reminiscent of Manchester City's 2017-18 Centurions. For City, it was clear changes were needed. Despite setbacks, a late-season victory over Liverpool hinted at a resurgence. Key to their revival was the signing of Ruben Dias in the summer of 2020. The Portuguese defender transformed City's backline, bringing leadership, composure, and defensive solidity. His presence revitalized John Stones and solidified partnerships with Aymeric Laporte and even Nathan Ake when needed. Dias' impact was immense. City kept clean sheets in half his appearances, and he became the first player since Gianfranco Zola in 1996 to win the FWA and PFA Player of the Year awards in his debut season. His influence catapulted City to another league title and signaled a return to dominance. Manchester City's 2020-21 season highlighted their adaptability and Pep Guardiola's tactical mastery. With no standout striker, Ilkay Gundogan stepped up, scoring 13 league goals to help secure the Premier League title with 86 points, alongside a 4th consecutive EFL Cup win. They also reached their first Champions League final but lost to Chelsea. The 2021-22 season marked a transition as City adapted to life without Sergio Aguero, employing a false 9 system with Raheem Sterling, Kevin De Bruyne, and Riyad Mahrez rotating in the role. Despite these challenges, City retained the Premier League title dramatically, overturning a 2-0 deficit against Aston Villa on the final day to win 3-2. However, their Champions League hopes ended in a heartbreaking semi-final loss to Real Madrid, and their EFL Cup dominance concluded with a 4th-round exit. The need for a consistent centre-forward became evident as they prepared for the next season. Manchester City made a big move by signing Jack Grealish, though his first season was underwhelming. Despite this, they retained the Premier League title in dramatic fashion, with Ilkay Gundogan scoring twice to overturn Aston Villa's lead, evoking memories of Aguero's iconic moment. Recognizing the need for a prolific striker, Pep Guardiola addressed the void by signing Erling Haaland from Borussia Dortmund, where the Norwegian had shattered records. Haaland, whose father Alfie Haaland had ties to the club, joined alongside Julian Alvarez, Manuel Akanji, and Calvin Phillips. Key departures included Raheem Sterling, Gabriel Jesus, and Oleksandr Zinchenko, but City's squad evolved into a powerhouse. Haaland delivered an unprecedented debut season, scoring 36 Premier League goals and 52 overall, in what many deemed a Ballon d'Or-worthy campaign. Supported by Alvarez, Kevin De Bruyne, Phil Foden, and Riyad Mahrez, this season marked City's rise to European dominance. Manchester City's 2022-23 season was a showcase of dominance and resilience, culminating in a historic treble. A solid backline, led by a matured Nathan Ake and strategic rotations, bolstered their success. City excelled in the Champions League, defeating Bayern Munich 3-0 and Real Madrid 4-0 to reach their first-ever title, silencing past critics. Domestically, They edged out Arsenal in a fierce Premier League race and claimed the FA Cup by beating rivals Manchester United. While Erling Haaland's record-breaking debut season was pivotal, Pep Guardiola's tactical brilliance was the driving force. Proving doubters wrong, he solidified City's status as a powerhouse and positioned them to thrive beyond his tenure, much like his legacy at Bayern and Barcelona. He is truly head and shoulders above the rest. We hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you like the video, hit the subscribe button for Satifo and ring the bell for notifications so you don't miss an extensive football documentary like this again.